Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the UJK Media Roundtable. As usual, top journalists are presented to offer you their opinions about the top stories that have been making headlines throughout the week. Welcome you all. My name is Zukash International, and I'm your host. Off we go. Quick, we'll have an introduction and preamble for just 5 seconds from each of the individuals on this Media Roundtable, and we discuss today's topics on the menu. Thank you so much. I'll start with my extreme right, VKK Simon.
My name is VKK Victor Simon, and I'm happy to be part of the UJK Media Roundtable to discuss issues that are indeed making a lot of alarm in our district for reasons so that our community is guided.
Thank you so much. Boss, you're lost for a very long time.
I've been available. Of course, I want to thank all of you and thank God that He's still holding you alive. But yes, and greet you. My name is Jerome Kulevitswande, and I'm happy to be back on the Media Roundtable. Oh yeah.
We are here to ascertain. He has not made official communication. After official communication, I think we'll run it on K Vision TV Live.
I like that.
Now the only lady on the panel.
Well, my name is Jolly Mbambo. I'm happy to be here. I love K Vision TV.
Sure, I'm also happy to be with you.
Right.
And thank you so much, Jolie. And on my extreme right are the two dons, senior journalists. We'll start from the man in red, strips with black, navy blue, and on the man.
I don't know where the name Donning come from, but I'm Ronald Kule. I'm a journalist here in Kasese Town.
And I'm Alex Semererwa. You're welcome to the show.
And the word don't could mean two things. One, that you're very rich. Two, that you're a senior lecturer somewhere. Yes, so either of those could work.
Okay, thank you so much. Those are the journalists. Sometimes they can seem too wordy. Ladies and gentlemen, off we go. We'll start with issues on the agenda. And one, we have to discuss about Winnie's retirement from active politics. Is it timely? That's the first question. And the second question we need to make sense of. Welcome once more, ladies and gentlemen. On our issues we have to discuss tonight is one, Winnie's retirement from active politics. We want to make sense. Was it timely? Is it in good faith? All the top journalists will give us their opinions, and we listen from them the credits, the do's and don'ts, the negative and positive in her retirement from active politics. And two, we'll also discuss about thousands of Ugandans who are stranded in the Middle East, though the government claims they do not have the capacity to quarantine them. Many issues have risen because there are some they were pushing for them to come, there are places to quarantine them, they have equipment, they have capacity to quarantine them. Now these ones from the Middle East, they don't have ability to quarantine them. To start with is Winnie's retirement. From this, I want to start with Mr. Jerome Kulbitz, who has not been on this table for quite a long time, to tell us about the positives and negatives in Winnie's retirement from active politics. You're welcome, Jerome.
Okay, please. Thank you so much, Ukash. This is quite an interesting topic, and to speak quite frankly, I'm one of those people that were overly surprised that Winnie decided to get out of elective politics. At a personal level, although there had been lots of rumors about her possible retirement from elective politics, I kind of did not believe it. Because of the kind of politics that we've played in Uganda, it has become quite difficult to find. Yes, and Africa by the way, like to find someone in a juicy elective position, voluntarily leaving the position without being asked by the voters. But that said, I think there is something that we need to learn and we appreciate.
Exactly.
But before I go into what we appreciate, into what we learn from her, I think it leaves a very big gap for whoever is going to replace Winnie Chiza. Without a doubt, she started and grew up through the ranks. First, slowly as a district councillor for close to 2 terms, serving on the district executive, and thereafter she served as a member of parliament. And as a member of parliament, I think she has performed quite very well, representing the people of Kasese, but also performing very well in the national parliament, representing Uganda and representing Ugandans within the National Assembly. So I find that although she has left behind very big shoes, that I think whoever is going to replace her must prepare herself quite well to fit in the standard that she has set. But what do we learn from Winnie Chiza's exit? One, I think it's important that we appreciate grooming leadership. Winnie is that kind of person who has really grown up through the ranks, being groomed as a district councillor, like I did say. But also when she joined the parliament...
Who was she groomed?
No, she was groomed. I don't know who she has groomed, but at least I know that.
So she has not been a habit to groom others.
You're throwing certain words that I'm not communicating. I'm saying as far as I know, she has been groomed. And she even did tell me, she did tell me in 2017 when I took my students. Then when I was still working as a lecturer at some institution, I took my students to communicate to her, and she said that honestly speaking, once she entered the parliament, the FDC took it upon itself to groom her into a national leader. And no doubt, it is really very, very vivid and evident that she ended up becoming that national leader that she was. She did not disappoint as the leader or the first female leader of opposition in the parliament. But finally, I think this is the lesson that it also leaves to us, that we need to appreciate that life is not just about electing politics. If you've been given an opportunity to serve people in the capacity of an elected leader, it should be surely, once you've done and you think you've done well, it should be within your heart to know that I think there are equally other good people. That's why I'm very uncomfortable with some people who are in their 70s, 60s, they have been leaders for about 40 years, they continue hoping around as
At
if
47 years old, Winnie has become a model for Jerome because he thinks his retirement is timely and it communicates massively. Now, I want to listen to opinions from the only lady on the panel, as an activist for women and ladies and girls and what. I mean, Winnie at 47 decides to quit politics at a time when she still has support from the voters, from the masses.
That's what you think?
That's what I think. That's what is actually, that's the fact, because has been elected for 5 times, and we look at people and the comments publicly, public opinion, Winnie is still clean. She has no scandals. You get the point? So she retires at this time. What does that actually mean to you?
Okay. I want to say that yes, Winnie Kiza is now a very good example for everyone to look up to in leadership. But also such kind of resignations come with different questions that needs to be answered. I understand very well she has been a very good supporter in terms of education. I remember the time she declared her seat herself out of politics. I went to her office and women were coming to her office. They were like, Winnie, what do you mean? How are our children going to survive in schools? You've been providing fees, you've been doing this and that. And I think that much as she did well, but she shocked people.
Sure.
She shocked them.
Sure.
People who still needed her service were very, very, very much touched. I saw women cry in her office.
Yeah, I was also shocked. And we met yesterday somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, in a supermarket. I was shopping somewhere. We bumped each other. I said, hey, madam, what a surprise. Why did you do that? Was it timely? Said, no, that's the
Actually, I have friends.
That's the reason the word surprise
I have friends
exists.
who have been calling. I have friends who have been calling. You guys in Kasese, what did you do to Winnie that she has actually decided to do? So I want to say that we should also look at very deeply on some issues that also could have led
triggered her retirement. Sure? Maybe. That's why we had to bring in the 2 gentlemen to start with.
Okay,
Are there any other issues behind the scene that you think triggered Winnie's resignation? In a minute,
I don't know
before I get to Mr. Ali.
Where the people of Kasese still wanted to be around for another term after giving her 3 terms. Because to me, it was timely for her, but not timely to the public. Because how do you imagine someone who has been elected for 3 terms to come back and maybe ask for the same seat for the first time? You have to bring some calculation am I going to do, or I can hire for something else that can work for me. So according to Winnie, she didn't exactly draft from the politics, but from the elected politics process. And according to her, she's going for a national cake. We don't know which cake she's looking for, but she's in the politics.
Sure.
So I think we can give her a benefit of doubt and see what is her next move.
Maybe she'll announce soon her next move. Mr. Ali, in 30 seconds, what do you think about Winnie's retirement from politics?
Yes, Winnie joins the other prominent opposition leaders such as Abu Katuntu. After serving for 20 years in Bugwere, he has also declared he's not coming back.
Alfred Kajike.
Yes, in
Mbale.
Mbale municipality. So I think as Mr. Jerome pointed it, that really after 15 years, we expect Winnie to have groomed somebody. But also, being in parliament for 15 years, but most importantly, becoming the first female person to become the leader of opposition, it means she should have networked both at the national and international level. So we expect to have used her network either to scoop an international job.
Sure.
But also, as Mr. Kule has said, she was very categorical that she has left the elective local politics. Now, do we see her, because according to me, Winnie is a presidential material. Do we see her in 2026 becoming the first Mokonzo contest for the presidency? I think let us keep our fingers crossed.
Because I believe she's clean, she's free from scandals, she has acted very well. Apart from maybe the scuffles they had at national level in the FDC,
Yes,
in the FDC circles, but Winnie has been clean.
But
I must
also
appreciate.
Cash. Yeah, you see, politicians, you have to be calculative.
Sure.
You see, you can be embarrassed. It is better to serve and go. We have seen the big wigs here being wrestled down. So we mention names.
No, we'll mention names to make sure.
That,
ladies and gentlemen, maybe BK chip in. I didn't want you to bring you in here because I wanted to start with you the next topic.
Yes,
but why I want you to be in, because this one is kind of partly related, because Winnie, big FDC, is partly related to it. Where I want you to come from, Mr. Simon, is there was an FDC. Until previously here, I watched on TV, Nagai Nabila Sepala threatening to move out of a talk show because he was getting bitter words from Nandala Mafari. You know, he's telling, I was hospitalized, and Nandala says, why didn't you die? Moana, why didn't you die?
I think,
so, such kind of communication shows there is a lot of bitterness between the people. What is the source? And what do you think about the future of FDC?
Now,
especially the forthcoming elections.
Actually, starting with the Winnie's story, this is something that we cannot let go. We need to talk about it. Someone said she's a presidential material 2026. To me, I even looked at it from that angle, that she could be preparing herself because she was backing Muntu, and 2026, because I remember this year they were like, we are not going to front any person, any other leader, but they have again resorted to front General Bishamuntu. So she could be planning for that. But also, she calculated some of the wars within. Things that had started, you saw how the FDC chairperson in the South Mate started, saying, we shall see, something will rotate around you. Indeed, people are crying. But it's also an indication that FDC, as an opposition party, is also dying.
Sure.
But you should not let it that
it's also
way.
dying off.
Actually, I'm looking at the biggest opposition party that is coming, that is emanating. It could be and or people power movement. So these are things that we need to look
at.
That's
BKK's opinion. He thinks that actually the FDC is dying off and could be taken. It could be taken over by and or people power movement. I think people power movement is stronger and red as it should be fronted. Then, two ladies and gentlemen, off we go. We move to our second topic, which is the outcry of Ugandans in the Middle East who are trying to come back home, but they cannot come back home because the government thinks it has no capacity to quarantine them. Remember earlier on, government had approved the coming of Ugandans in the diaspora coming back home, and they said they have capacity to quarantine them. Was it like, Mr. Ali, can I say it was a move to some because they were benefiting, or it was a deal, or it was a project for a few? Not all, because Ugandans are many, thousands of Ugandans are many in the Middle East, and they cannot come back. simply because they think they have no capacity to quarantine them. What is your opinion on that, Mr. Ali?
Yes, to me, first of all, that one amounts to double standards. Because Ugandans in other areas in the diaspora, like South Africa, like America and Europe, they are coming back. Even yesterday, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Kelly said that next week, Ugandans in South Africa and in the US are going to come. So when you say that US, South Africa, it is okay to come, but those ones in the Middle East, they shouldn't, to me that one amounts to double standards. But also too, the issue of saying that they don't have enough quarantine centers, we've seen, as I have always told people, that in Uganda, it's very unfortunate that every misfortune that befalls the country, there are some opportunists who benefit from such things. Now, people have been coming from outside. Remember, they have to quarantine themselves using their own money. And there are very many questions here. Now, they are quarantined in hotels. These hotels, if you make research, background check, they are owned by prominent guys in the government. That one is no secret. But also, which criteria did they use to choose such hotels? But also, the issue of saying that there are not enough quarantine centers. We have secondary schools. We have schools that have been gazetted as quarantine centers all over the country. The case in point is Kasese Secondary here in Kasese and Gole Secondary. So I think government should, if these people don't have money in hotels, to put them in hotels, they should put them in those secondary schools, Old Kampala, the Kololo SS, and other schools. So to me, I think it does not make sense.
Okay, Jerome, what do you think government was aiming at spelling it well that it has no capacity to receive those from the Middle East?
If government doesn't have capacity to repatriate citizens who are suffering in other countries.
Because I had one lady, this was bitter to me, you know. I didn't perceive it well. She was crying. She said, my contract is done. My bosses say they cannot live with me. They cannot do anything with me until I accept to extend my 2-year contract. Yet my previous 2-year contract has been of suffering. I want to go back home. I don't want to commit myself to another 2-year contract. So they're complaining about the food they give me. They cannot give me salary. They want to throw me out of the house. So she wants to come back home.
This is what I was trying to communicate, that if government does not have the capability to repatriate her own citizens who are suffering in other countries, then how useful is that government to the citizen? I think it's equally a very useless government. You should be in position to appreciate the fact that foreign remittances, okay, remittances are the second highest revenue earner for this country. Okay, that means money from our people in the Middle East, from our people all over the world. These are people who have been paying taxes and taxes. So if a government cannot take on responsibility to rescue its citizens at whatever cost, then I think that government is overly failing.
What's your thoughts, BKK?
But I think their plan is going on to see how they can get them. Because today I was listening Kenyan and papers, one they have dislocated. They have cleared seven planes to go and pick the guys.
Simon, come on, please. You're forcing me to chip in even when my time had gone. But look, we've been under lockdown, I don't know, for the last 3-4 months. Countries all over the world, the US, different countries have been picking their citizens from different countries. And ours are still planning.
This is Uganda, my friend. You need to look at that. Yeah, maybe, like I said, there are people who are looking
However,
for either money to
the Middle East ones, they're still planning. Those ones in the USA, remind me, which family?
Mr. Ukash.
Musinguzi. I was thinking it was not Musinguzi, it was Kavuya.
Yes. For them, they were pushing for their immediate.
And they came.
Now they came.
Yes.
Now these ones in the Middle East, now we are still
another
looking
question
into it.
is, why is it that
imagine someone who was receiving monies and monies in tons to come and help, Ugandans, especially in the health sector. She's now contesting, she's joining politics. She could have been keeping this money so that she prepares herself for that. These are things. Exactly.
So she was collecting money from Corona to come to join politics. Yes, Madam.
I don't want to just come in before you allow me, but I want Uganda to look at the aspect of prioritization. Like, that we have budgets, we operate on budgets as a country. And for example, I will look at the bottom to top, our kind of leadership. They will tell you people in Nyabirongo need a health center. But what is that most burning issue in Nyabirongo, though they need a health center? So can government look at how they can actually
prioritize some
yes.
versus
Such
others.
issues are emerging.
Sure,
We need to always sometimes feel, we assume like feeling what people could be feeling outside of
Empathy.
Well, Johnny, I
Having
felt
empathy.
it. I felt it looking at the cars, at the videos they were sending to us. Okay, to sum it up, I'll bring in Kule Ronald. Your friend Eddie Kenzo also needs to come.
Actually,
Kavia's family has come.
I was reading the
Eddie Kenzo is not ready to give Kidogo or something?
No, I was reading a statement this morning from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they issued it yesterday, saying they are going to repatriate more 1,135, and actually because it's this because they are also getting people from Cote d'Ivoire. So I think there has not been a big deliberate effort by government to really repatriate these people, because even some of them are ready. They're even ready to pay for air tickets, even their quarantine period. But I think government has been slow in trying to really bring these people back.
It
I
has
don't
been
know which
segregative.
nation they have. No, not segregative, because I've been seeing people who are not related to the power people in State House coming back. But I think there has not been a big effort by
Maybe
government
they had good money.
to maybe bring
They
these
paid
people.
big checks.
But regardless of all, I think the process is still on.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I want to remind you to always leave your comment in the comment section. And of course, like this video, smash a like on this video, click on the notification button, subscribe if you're new. I want to give big shout outs to our promoters, King Promotions, YBD Promotions, Kumbra Promotions, Mr. Google, Denise in Dubai, all the Ugandans, especially Kasese people in the diaspora. And of course, special shout outs I want to give is to my dear Asia Bibuban. She's a great fan of this media roundtable, and she's from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. She always leaves her comments in the comment section. Thanks for being part of the show. I call this to an end, though.
You
Like
asked
we always do.
whether he liked
Like we always do. Like we always do. And we always have 5 seconds for spelling what we think could make headlines throughout next week. What do you think will be your biggest headline? Let's stick strictly to the headline. No any other comment?
A fear
Yeah.
when people are failing to turn up to vote after eating money from different candidates. This is scary.
Fear for people to fear for people to fail to turn up after chewing candidates' money.
Why bring that after NRM releasing a statement?
Exactly, because we are still thinking.
Jerome. I'm the host.
We continue to look at, of course, the NRM primaries. Are they going to be any better than they were before? What lies in there, like Vicky talks about, the money is involved. Of course, our politics has been very much monetized. Are we going? How people move out of that? Is something that we shall continue.
Jerome
to look at
looks at
because
how people will perceive the NRM primaries, especially after monetizing them. Madam Jolie.
Yeah, this week I'm looking at, next week I'll be looking at what makes sense in the increasing number of women candidature in leadership.
Women activists, that's
Yes.
what Johnny is. We'll listen from Ali, and lastly, Kule Ronald will sum it up.
Yes, I think with the confusion in the local office of FDC and now going to the national, the exchange between Mafadi and Nabila, I think it will be an interesting story.
Sure, yeah, right.
I'm also still keeping an eye on FDC wrangles. I think they are going to spill over in the next week because we're seeing another twist coming up.
Those are the opinions of the top journalists in Kasese. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being part of this show. And of course, have a good, wish you a very good evening. Stay blessed. My name is Ukash, and I'm the host, K-Vision TV Media Roundtable. We are a real deal.